Hello. Um, I guess the first thing I'd like to do is thank Mr. McBarron for his service to our country. Uh, there aren't really a lot of jobs where I don't know if respect is the right word, or respect the job, or respect someone for having the job. I don't really care if, you're a millionaire who works on Wall Street or you're a greeter at Walmart. If you're A-list movie star or a garbage man. I may respect the talent, intelligence, and hard work it took you to get there, but to me, what you do for a living doesn't matter unless it's something where you are helping other people, particularly when you're putting your life on the line for other people, as people in the military do. I would also put, policemen and firemen to an extent in that category. I'm sure there's something I'm missing. Uh, so for that, I respect him and want to thank him. I also think what you're doing is great. Anytime you can find a way to help people, um, especially with, and do it in a way where you're doing something that you enjoy. Um, it's a little uncomfortable doing this one for different. I don't say this a lot, but this is for different reasons than normal. I've obviously, if you couldn't have guessed, I've obviously never been in the military, so I don't know a lot about PTSD. But I've talked a lot in some of these videos about my social anxiety. And doing research on that, you find out there are a lot of similar symptoms, I guess. And I really hate to compare, being shy to someone who, went to war. But I mean, it's all I really know. And there were a few things he was talking about in his video that I guess to an extent I can relate to. Uh, he suffered. He said he suffered from anxiety and depression. Obviously, a social anxiety disorder. There's anxiety there. Um, and I've went through periods of depression here and there. One of the things he was talking about was, hating phone calls, and that's something that hits home for me. And I found is common among people with social anxiety disorder. You know, before caller ID, I would never answer the phone. I would always let the answering machine pick up. And even now, if I don't recognize the number, I still won't pick up. And making a phone call out to someone, I find extremely stressful. Not as bad as it used to be, but it's something, yeah, that I've always struggled with. I find, texting someone easier than calling, uh, but I do like what he was talking about, reading over something. I don't do it as much with text, but uh, I find, and I'm not as bad as I used to with this either, but if I decide to tweet something out, I'm like so paranoid that I'm going to use a word in the wrong way or something, like use the wrong form of the word your, I know the difference, but, for whatever reason, you just type in the wrong thing and worry that what someone will think. So I I do get the need to like double and triple check something. Although I try not to be as self conscious about that as much, I'm realizing that we all make mistakes, especially typos, now and then. And you were asking, I guess, how to help people going through things. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure. I mean, I can only deal with my situations, like when you're dealing with depression. I, I, this is very, I guess, basic. I guess I would say just, you know, be there for them. You can try and cheer them up, but sometimes when you're down, you don't really. You also feel like being cheered up. I guess I can give maybe a little advice of what can help when you are dealing with it. Some stuff you talked about, exercise. I think helps a lot, and it's kind of almost a catch-22 thing where you really don't want to exercise if you're depressed. There's a part of you that just wants to stay in bed, whatever you can. Um, but if you can get yourself going, even if it's, I think even if it's just like going out for a walk, it can help you out a little bit. He said reaching out to someone, talking to someone, friends, family, a therapist. Sometimes it's nice, something nice about having someone outside of your normal circle to talk to. I think you mentioned in your previous things, one of your previous naked truths about seeing a therapist. It's just this objective point of view. It's that, and it's just even if they can't give you any advice, it's just nice to have someone to talk to. The one thing I would say about that though is you're not always going to get a good therapist on the first try. So if you get someone who just doesn't fit you, it don't give up with that. There's a very good chance there's someone out there for you. Just because I know I went through a therapist before the one I have now, that just I could tell had no idea what to do with me, which might lead to, depending on the severity of depression or whatever you're going through, medication. Not for everyone, but I think in general, uh, if it's handled the right way, and you're seeing someone on a regular enough basis, it it can help. It's better than self-medicating. As he was talking about his issues with alcohol at the time. I I can tell you for myself, well, it feels like a very mild effect. I 99% sure I wouldn't be doing this video right now if I wasn't on medication. And then I'll get to, I guess, what a lot of it's revolved around gaming. I would put any type of like TV, movie, reading a book, something to kind of distract you from what's going on. And there's a balance here between distracting yourself and avoiding if there's an issue there. But I can I can tell you what, this one story where a couple years ago I was supposed to go to Disney for my birthday, and I never, because of my anxiety, I never made it. I guess the anxiety caused some of the initial problems. Like, I don't want to get into all the details, but all it took was a phone call to fix it. But as mentioned before, issues with the phone were some of my biggest issues. So I never made it. I had a few days off because I was supposed to go away, and after I realized I wasn't going, I probably spent about a day and a half in bed. Uh, didn't get out to get out of bed to eat, go to the bathroom, or anything. Uh, and just really depressed. And what I find it is, at least for me, with depression, is it's less that you feel bad at the time. I mean, yes, I was disappointed it didn't go away. It became it's more the hopelessness, the feeling things aren't going to get any better, and my life is going to be stuck this way. Uh, so like I said, I didn't leave bed for like a day and a half. I didn't answer my phone. I had my cell people call me because the second day was my birthday, or call me to wish me happy birthday. I didn't want to talk to anyone. But finally, after like a day and a half, I had to eat something. So I got up, went out, grabbed something to eat, and enough to get through the next couple days. So I didn't have to leave my house again, and didn't feel like watching TV. But I said, let me just throw in a game. And over the next like 3 days, I put in a game that I hadn't played much before. I finished it, and it just took my mind off it. I think it helped lessen what would have been a depression. I don't know if what I went through was long enough to technically be considered a depression, but the you when you play a game and you can just focus in on that, as he was talking about, it can take your mind off what's bothering you. And so by the time the few days went by and I went back to work, I'm not saying I was in a good place, but not quite as bad as I could have been. And I do think the game actually helped me with that. Uh, so it's just some of my thoughts on, I guess, things that can help people going through certain issues. I feel silly comparing what I go through to what he went through, but a lot of people have issues, and if I guess somebody you could take something out of it, and also let you know that I do think there is definitely something good to for the something good about gaming to help with certain issues. All right, well, thanks for watching, and goodbye.